Before we begin this sacred session, I invite you to start this moment with a simple act of devotion. If you'd like to bless this work and honor the Lord with a small offering, consider donating a cup of coffee for God. It's not just a drink, it's a symbol of your faith, love, and spiritual support. Click the link below and let your coffee be a prayer in action. Let's dive into today's message with open hearts. I stand before you in the courts of heaven, wings of flame, sword drawn, dispatched by God Himself to speak into your life with urgency and clarity, because none of this is by chance. You are not here for a moment. You are here for a mission, and the angels were in your room last night, not to scare you, but to position you, to remind you, to warn you that your assignment is bigger than your fear. Know this. There is a spiritual shift imminent. And on November 5th, a door will appear before you, a meeting, a message, a moment that seems miraculous, but carries within it the chance for betrayal. A person you call friend, supporter, or partner whose heart has divided, whose mouth speaks counsel, but whose spirit harbors another agenda. They have walked beside you in prayer, laughed at your breakthroughs, comforted you in your sorrow. But secretly, they've opened doors in the unseen realm, doors for demonic plans to infiltrate your future, to monitor your movements, to stall your progress, and until you separate yourself, the blessing that heaven has released for you will be blocked. This is not hearsay or human suspicion. This is prophetic insight. I heard the whispers in the spirit. I saw the cloud of delay hovering. And I sensed your worry as you lay down last night, unable to sleep. But hear me now, child of promise. You are not alone. Angels were dispatched to cover your bed, to wage war between the sheets where you did not know you were at battle. And though the enemy thought he could bind your sleep and steal your dreams, heaven stood in the gap instead, and thus your rest was not wasted. Your deliverance was in process even as your eyes closed. Yet even as your sleep was sacred, your waking must be consecrated, because the next 48 hours hold a fork in your path. One route leads to delay, disappointment, betrayal. The other leads to promotion. Promise purity, but it will only be the latter if you stay in prayer, if you fast from distraction, if you walk in obedience, even when it costs you a voice, a relationship, a platform, because what God is preparing to do is too holy to be contaminated. And you must choose rightly before the onset of November 5th. The spiritual warfare is real, the angels are active, and a hidden enemy lurks disguised as Ali Butt by the end of this week. God will expose the heart behind the mask, and when He does, will you choose His peace over familiar noise? Will you trust my voice, not your emotions? Will you release what heaven has already removed? I say this to you with passion. Stay on your knees, fortify your heart, align your steps with heaven's strategy, because the angels were in your room last night. They were preparing you, shielded you, but now you must cooperate to step into the victory that awaits on the other side of obedience. They came quietly in the hour man calls night, but heaven calls war, yes, the angels cloaked in light and fire stationed themselves at the foot of your bed and around your dwelling, for not only was your soul weary, but your name was spoken in the heavenly courts, and the verdict was this: preserve the oil, protect the vessel, prepare for the unveiling. And I, Michael, the Archangel of War and Watcher of the Appointed, was assigned to reveal what has been hidden from your natural eyes. Because God does not leave His anointed ignorant of the schemes of darkness. Listen carefully. Someone near you, someone who knows your rhythms, your language, your vulnerabilities, has allowed their heart to become a gate for envy, bitterness, and spiritual sabotage. They smile with their face, but plot with their spirit. They have been sent as a delay disguised as a gift. And God, in His mercy, did not let you feel the weight of their betrayal yet, because your heart is tender, but the hour of exposure has come. On the night the angels came, they silenced the demonic surveillance that had been placed around you, yes. There were watchers not of heaven tracking your steps, monitoring your moves, hoping to imitate your next breakthrough so they could undermine it. But heaven has issued a cease and desist in the spirit realm, and now comes the unveiling. You will notice shifts, strange silences, unexpected friction, and truth rising to the surface. Do not mourn what is removed, ridges, for God is purging your path. There is a prophecy over your life that cannot be fulfilled in the company of contaminated spirits. The Lord says, I must make room for the promise I have ordained, and to do that, He will cut off what you would not. You are entering a season of sudden clarity. Dreams will intensify. Words will pierce with precision. Conversations will seem ordinary, but carry divine weight. Mark this. On November 5th, a veil will lift. You will hear a statement, a phrase, or a confession that confirms what your spirit has already suspected. Do not delay your obedience. When heaven reveals, you must respond. This is not the time for emotional loyalty. This is the time for spiritual clarity. I tell you this with divine urgency. Your next level requires clean hands and an uncluttered circle. The angels that visited you came bearing scrolls of destiny and swords of deliverance. They stood beside you as heaven recorded your readiness. Now is the moment of revelation. The test is not whether you can spot the counterfeit. The test is whether you will release it when it is shown to you. Do not negotiate with what God is removing. That person cannot go where you're going. That relationship, though familiar, is not your future. God is not taking them to punish you. He's removing them to protect you. This is not about rejection. It's about redirection. Your future is heavy with glory. Your path is anointed with fire. The company you keep must match the calling you carry. So hear me again. The angels were in your room last night to alert your soul, to prepare your heart, and to bring heaven's intelligence to your spirit. You are being lifted, separated, refined. Stay alert, stay holy. The truth is unfolding now.